What's your most memorable truth or dare story? Went to visit family in Hawaii with a friend. I had met a guy through Instagram from Hawaii and he agreed to fly over from a neighboring island for the day. He took us cliff diving and then we went to a hotel bar for drinks. We started to play truth or dare and my friend dared him to propose to me to get free drinks. I immediately said no since I had only met him that day and he didn't feel comfortable doing the dare. We move on and keep on playing the game. He eventually said he had to use the restroom and left. 20 minutes go by and he didn't come back. At this point, I thought he had gotten uncomfortable by the dare and left, which was a bummer because I liked him. A while later and he comes back with a beautiful pearl ring and proposes. The lady next to us started crying and we got free drinks. We're still friends and I laugh every time I think of this story. This is gonna sound weird because it isn't very memorable technically. I was dared to down a big glass of what was essentially a bit of the drink of everyone else's drink. This was a uni party, so you basically had a cocktail of cocktails, mixes and everything else. I don't remember anything after that. I woke up in my own bed however, a large purple stain covering from my mouth, down the pillow and onto the bedding. It was not there before. The drink wasn't purple either. To this day I don't know what the purple actually was. Should mention I'm a lightweight when it comes to drink, but this mug contained bits of shot sect as well as your usual drinks. I was at a going away party for my best friend after 8th grade. He was moving away. Probably 8 of us. Half girls half boys. Nothing crazy is happening. Game is about over and I go to the bathroom. It's over when I get back. The hottest girl in school, in my opinion anyway, she was above average and more developed than most, came up to me away from everyone and said she thought I was really cute and asked if I wanted to kiss. So we did. Then she asked if I wanted to be her boyfriend. And I was so excited and happy. You guys know what happened after. It honestly messed with my head really badly. I couldn't trust a girlfriend for years after that. I was on a field trip with my 2 friends in another state. It was a 3-day overnight field trip, and one night we decided to sneak into the boys' hotel room to go hang out with them. We started out playing Uno but eventually got bored of that and started playing Truth or Dare. Being teenagers, the truths consisted of stuff like body count and first times, and dares ranged from put on 10 shirts to eventually kissing. But we'll get there later. Throughout the trip one of the guys, let's call him Anthony, had been low-key flirting with me but I brushed it off because I looked like crap and didn't think anyone could find me even remotely attractive at the time. Anyway, back to the game. It's my turn and when I pick truth one of the guys asks me, "What do you think about Anthony?" with a bit of a clever grin and Anthony blushes instantly. I just sort of go into how I think he is a really nice guy and pretty cool and I unexpectedly end it with, "And you know, he's pretty hot too." Anthony is blushing his head off right about now and all the guys are going oh. The game proceeds and one of my friends asks Anthony, "What do you think about creative name?" Anthony blushes even more and says how he thinks I'm really cute and he has been trying to hang out with me the whole trip and get my attention. So now that it is up in the air that we are both sort of into each other, the next dare is for him to kiss me on the cheek, which he does but of course not without a good moment of him blushing his head off. Then we are dared to kiss each other. Cue both of low-key flipping out going "Where's the chapstick?" and me running to the bathroom for a good 30 seconds to compose myself. So we kiss each other for the first time with an audience. Then they dare us to kiss for longer, which we do, again with an audience. Anthony then decides to get back at the 2 playing Cupid by daring them to kiss, which was pretty funny because they definitely were not into it. Eventually it was 5 in the morning and we had to sneak back to our rooms before the chaperones woke up, but not before Anthony and I shared a quick hug. This time our own free will and not a dare. Breakfast was at 6 so we decided there was no point at trying to sleep and we just got ready for the day. Down at breakfast I had to try to keep a straight face when one of the chaperones asked if I slept well. Ended up going to prom with and dating Anthony for a short time, and he is still the best kisser I've ever met. TLDR. Got dared to kiss someone and ended up getting a prom date out of it. Playing with 3 girls. Truth. Which one of us did you have a crush on? Answer. All of them. My response: "I'll give you all the cash in my pocket if you don't make me answer that." Result: embarrassed, single and £3.81 poorer. Made out with a girl in front of all of my friends. Girl never would have looked twice at me unless we did that, and we ended up dating for a long time. Crazy. When I was about 16, I got to see 3 wonderful pairs of tits. I swear, it was like a shot from a movie. A small, medium and large pair all lined up in order, out of pure coincidence. One of my best friends at the time got dared to flash everyone, and 2 others just decided to join her cuz duck it, I guess. I ended up losing my virginity to one of them down the road after meeting her that night. We were like 18 or 19 playing TOD at a bonfire. There were 6 of us. Me, my female friend and her friends. Friends 3 boys and 3 girls. My friend, female, was dared to give me a BJ. I laughed thinking nothing of it as I'd known her for several years and we'd never done anything remotely sexual with each other. Next thing I know, she's standing up and taking me by the hand to my car. Honestly, one of the best BJs I've ever had. Definitely thought of her differently after that night. It was Halloween and I was at a classmate's place with some of my Nsfw friends. After a while of just talking, we decided to play truth or dare. The game started out with boring answers and questions, and no one had the balls to choose dare. So as soon as someone asked me truth or dare, I decided to choose dare, and I could see they all had been waiting for someone to say dare. I had to strip down naked in front of my classmates and friends. This seems kind of childish now that I am older, but for a teenager this was pretty serious. After thinking over if I should do it or not, I decided that I should strip down. As soon as I was completely naked, my friends and classmates started laughing. I awkwardly joined in on the laughter to not seem insecure, but I was really bad at hiding how awkward I was. For a teenager, you would start wondering if they laughed of the fact that I was naked, or if they laughed at my penis for its size. All I have to say is that I searched up the average size of a penis that day. My first kiss from a girl, on the cheek. I remember the feeling like it was yesterday. My face lit up and was as warm as a hot summer day. That was over 15 years ago now. I was pretty drunk, but I ended up with a topless cute woman in my lap while my friend's girlfriend was tied up at the legs. At some point, the really cute girl I was making out with was dared to wear a collar and I got to hold the leash. Then I was in the collar and she held the leash. Good times. I went to a school. So in elementary, if we got too loud in the cafeteria, we would have silent days for the rest of that day and like the next day. It was dumb because that's the time for kids to get their energy out. Anyway, me and my friends never really listened. We did a loud whisper. I got dared to stand on top of the table and scream something. I don't remember what it was because it was years ago. I don't usually pass down a dare, so I only stood up. I was a bit of a chicken and screamed whatever it was. I quickly sat down and bowed myself. We started laughing and I thought I was safe until a teacher grabbed my arm and pulled me outside of the cafe and lectured me. I only started to cry a little, haha. I think it was 8th grade. A girl I was friends with dared me to switch clothes with her. It was funny because I was short and chubby and she was tall and thin. She took her clothes off in front of me and it took me by surprise, and I did the same. It was pretty weird at first. Found out a year later she had a crush on me. We never dated, but she was still cool. I was dared to go stand in the corner because no one wanted to corrupt me. It was not a fun time for me. Directed at me, and there was only the 2 of us. Do the first thing that comes into your head. I didn't want to, so I told him, why don't you do the thing you think I'm thinking of? And that's the story of how I had the first kiss with my fiance. At a party of underage drinking, I got dared to leave. I wasn't having much fun at the party, so I did win that dare. 10 minutes after I left, the cops showed up. As far as I know, no one got in huge trouble since it was only maybe 50 people. But still pretty good luck on my part. Smash a bottle over your head, they said it would be fun, they said. In college, girls across the hall played truth or dare, and one dare was to write "call me maybe" and her number and put it on the first unlocked dorm room's corkboard. Worked out well for me.